everyone? This is my first vlog. I'm very excited. I've never done a vlog before, but I thought this would be a really cool time to kind of document what it is to be a hairdresser. And I'm going to HB Fest, which I've never been to before. I got an email about it a few months ago and was like, oh, that sounds really fun. There's some great educators. And I haven't been to an event like this probably since before the pandemic. So I'm pretty excited to take some classes, meet some cool hairdressers. Yeah, it should be a great time. So I'm going to bring you along with me and show you HB Fest from my perspective. It should be a blast. I can't wait. I am currently going to drive out there. It's going to take me about an hour and a half. Let's go. Let's do this. So I just made it to HB Fest here in Palm Springs, and it's a balmy 100 degrees. And I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. But it's a dress. So staying cool, sort of. Classes start in about a half hour. And my first class is with Lupe Boss. She used to be a color educator with Veda. I admired her work for a long time, so I'm excited about that. I think we're learning about color blocking and doing unique color in the salon, which I always love to learn. And then I have a class with Dennis Alani, who I love and admire. He's one of my favorite hairstylists. He does more editorial stuff. I don't think he works in a salon, but I took a class with him at Pony Education a few years ago and just fell in love with him. He's brilliant. His work is so unique and amazing, so creative. So that'll be really fun. And then after that, I think there's a party. And, you know, I came here by myself. So of course I'm feeling a little like introverted, which is so weird because being a hairdresser, you kind of have to be a little extroverted. And I am, but when I'm on my own time away from the salon, it's like, I don't know, I get a little bit of social anxiety, but I'm sure it'll be fun. I can't wait. So I'm gonna head down there and go check it out.
Are what you need to read to understand where you place color. And then you look at her and you think, what's going to be her focal point? If you saw this come in, what would you think her focal point would be? This?
And I still have them. And I did this, I just braided someone's whole head and I put the magnets all over the braids and I just filled it up and it turned it into a cool bob. And you wore it as well. Yeah, you did a version. Yeah, that's what hairstyling is. Like you're marrying a bunch of awkward ideas and turning it into something that's a little bit awkward. Like with
that effortless type of thing with hair, and it creates space in the hair.
Well, it's been a very great day. I learned a lot of cool stuff and I'm excited for tomorrow. Very tired. The party tonight was really, really fun. Got to play some pinball and I met some new friends. So that was really cool. So I'm gonna go to bed. watch some true crime, and chill. And I got my retainers in. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Shape and releases weight without diffusing the line that I created in my haircut. So that's the key. When we're slicing into the hair and really charging that texture through the ends, the line of the haircut is actually disturbed, and suddenly we have a brand new shape. So if I want to restore,
They need a heat protected product spray on with bold, and then they can go in, turn this on, and take 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how condensed it is. So this would be the focal point of the styling, and I'm waiting until I see the cast and the shine, because now I can take this out and hopefully it'll stay. And so
That's great. Like, it was, that's how I grew up. So for me, I always had, I still have 10 fingers and 10 toes. Like, for some reason, I made it through, you know, I was lucky enough to, you know, still be here. And
We're packing them in here, and if they're on top of each other, there's a lot of slippage. There's heat, which also makes the lightener a little runnier, and so that can cause slippage. So I do like to have a thicker lightener. Usually I mix 1-to-1 up in a straight line. Now, you're gonna get a little scaredy, especially like when you first started, like, oh my gosh, that's going to be so harsh. Touch your head down like this. So I'm not feathering up, I'm going all the way up to the root. Now be careful, you don't want to go over the foil because then you get a bleeder. All the way to root, it needs to be saturated evenly throughout the section so that it lifts evenly. Then the tease is going to come down, and I'm not using a toner to correct.
For a tip out, I'm going to stand more in front of her because when I apply that tip out and it lays back, it's going to naturally go into that teardrop shape.
Just got done with HB Fest and it was so fun. I didn't film much today just because I was a little tired, and there wasn't like too much going on today. There was like some education during the afternoon and then lunch, and the lunch was spectacular. Really, really good. So big ups to that. Hairbrain was very, very good lunch. Breakfast was good too. It was kind of like continental. Anyways, I had a really great time. I love the location where it was at. It's just perfect. I met some really, really amazing stylists from all over the country. Shout out to Lynn and Yen, who I met last night when we were trying to find somewhere to eat for dinner. And we just all hit it off because we live so close to each other. And we hung out the whole weekend, so that was really cool. Another stylist that I really enjoyed seeing, well, besides Dennis Lonnie. I mean, Dennis Lonnie is a freaking amazing artist, and he was definitely a highlight this weekend. I saw his class yesterday, and then he did a presentation this morning. And if you've never seen his work, look him up on Instagram. I think his Instagram is Dennis D. Lonnie. He will blow your mind. He's an editorial stylist. He's just such a creative, I mean, just the definition of creative. He's amazing. I also was really stoked to see one of my favorite colorists today, Lexi Dawn. I've been following her for so many years. I started following her on YouTube actually, maybe 8 years ago, just by watching her balayage videos, and then just followed her throughout her career and just have always admired her. I signed up for her education, and pretty much all the techniques that I use in the salon every day, blonding techniques and highlights, I learned from her. And so she was there, and I saw her and I was like, I'm too shy to say hi, and I really regret I didn't introduce myself to her. She seemed really normal too. Like, you know, we're all hairdressers, like we're super normal, nice people. But I was just in my head and really like starstruck a little bit. And so I didn't meet her, but I would really love to just take like a hands-on class with her at some point. Hopefully she comes to LA. Yeah, that was really, really cool seeing her. She was definitely one of the artists that I wanted to see this weekend. What else? Oh, one thing I didn't film and I wish that I did. And it was the last class I took, and it was all about the business side of being a hairdresser. And it's like a part of the industry that doesn't get emphasized and talked about enough, because you just think, oh, I'm just going to do hair and I'm just going to make money and whatever. But hairstylists, we're all independent, so we don't have a 401k, we don't have like all the things that are normally in, you know, like a normal job. So it's important for us to take it on ourselves to make that, create that for ourselves. And that's something I've been trying really hard to do this last year, is to go over all my finances and make sure I have paid time off, vacation, retirement. All that stuff is just so important, and I think needs to be taught to younger stylists for sure. And so the owner of Bassett Solutions, Ward Bassett, he did a whole presentation on how to be better with your finances as a hairstylist. And it was so inspiring. He was freaking adorable. He was so, so sweet. And I loved everything he talked about. And I took a lot away from that. That was like such a great way to end the day. And it was very inspiring. I really, really loved that. He was such a sweet man. I like want to hang out with him. Like, he reminded me of like my dad, kind of. So I'm on my way home, heading back to Glendora. I'm going to be going to a couple more classes over the next couple weeks, and I'm probably going to film that too. I'm going to an Arate class in 2 weeks in Sacramento. So I think I'm going to film that journey and bring you along with me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.